right, let's talk chapter books and beginning readers. So we have these very first phonics readers. These are great. We have ones like Llamas in Pajamas, Raccoon on the Moon. These are $6.99 books. Or you can buy a combined volume, which has our very first 12 published books for the phonics readers, called Ted and Friends. And this is $19.99. So if you're going to buy 3 readers, you might as well buy this book. It also comes with a CD, so it'll help, the kids can listen to it like while you're in the car or whatever as well, help familiarize them with the stories. We also have Cow Takes a Bow, which has about 8 books in it that was published after those first 12, and this one is $14.99, so again, you're still saving quite a bit of money by doing that. Then we have first grade chapter books, Billy B. Brown and Hey Jack, and these are best friends, so you can actually read all of these together. Boys really do like the Billy B. Brown books. They talk about each other in their books. Right now we have, I think, about 20 of each available, so lots available for you to read. And then Billy gets a little older, and there's 4 books in this series of the Billy B. Mystery. This is going to be about a 2nd, 3rd grade reading level. Staying on the 3rd grade line, we have Jack Russell, and this is a new title, Wheelin' Nuts. We have 2 of these books. These are great, full of great pictures, and it is a chapter book, but shh, don't tell your kids that it's a chapter book, because then they won't read it. But there's lots of good pictures, so it'll help engage them and get them more interested. We also have a Shakespeare collection, so we have like Midsummer's Night Dream, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, on all of that, and these are beautifully illustrated books. They're all hardback, and they're retold to be around a 3rd, 4th grade reading level. So these are great stories if you want to introduce your children to some classics. We also have illustrated originals as well. So we have Wind in the Willows, Heidi, Wizard of Oz, A Christmas Story, Treasure Island, a couple others. And these are the unabridged original classics. They do have a ribbon to help them hold their page, but these are great if you want to introduce those to your kiddos as well. Fairy Ponies. This is a brand new series, and it's extremely popular. My girlfriend's daughter absolutely loves this book, and she's 5. Her mom was reading it to her, and they had to read this whole book in 2 nights because she just couldn't handle it anymore. It also has a Fairy Ponies coloring book, and this is not your typical coloring book. This is actually kind of like a storybook. You have spots to color the different ponies, and it tells about them, and then it's kind of a little chapter book-ish. So it tells a story for each of the scenes going on. So it's a fun little book. EJ12, this is a normal 4th grade girl who's also a spy, and she's trying to stop the evil people from taking over the world. Great fun book. Every one of these books are now AR, so if that's really popular or really important to you, then these books are already AR, and they are brand new. We just got them in June. Pony Crazed Princess. Who doesn't love ponies and princesses? Amy Wild the Animal Talker. She has a special necklace that allows her to talk to animals. I think kind of Doc McStuffins, but for 3rd, 4th grade reader. Pet Vet series. Several different books in this series. If you have a child that wants to be a vet, excellent series. Anna Hibiscus series, sweet story. It helps introduce your kiddos to other parts of the world. It's set in a South African little village. Sweet. Penny Dreadful, and no, these are not the British TV shows. Her name is Penny, and she gets herself into a lot of trouble. Think Judy V. Jones, only a little cleaner and proper grammar. Parents tend to like this a little better than Judy V. Jones. 3 short stories in each of these books, and it is a chapter book, and there's a few illustrations to help get them through. We have an I Am Jack series. The first one's about bullying. The second book in the series is about two families blending together. Mom gets married and he now has a stepdad and a step sibling. The third book, Mom has breast cancer and he has to kind of deal with that. And then the final book that we just received is talking about cyberbullying. So something that's becoming really popular with kids nowadays. Older adventure books. Choose Your Own Ever After. We have 4 in this series now. About 76 different endings. This is a graphic novel / chapter book blend. So kids really like these. The Mythical Ninth Division. Roman Pony Trilogy. 14-year-old girl set back in the time when Christianity is starting to come into play, but there's still some gods and goddesses going on. That's not the important part of the story. The important part is she really likes this pony and she follows this pony everywhere it goes. Butterflies is all about a girl who's covered in burns and she learns how to make the best out of life. Best things happen in life. We have this actually is 4 books in this set, Animal Investigators. Somebody is able to read animal minds and they investigate different supernatural animal happenings. Conspiracy, we have Conspiracy 365 is a high intensity, it's a 5th grade reading level. All these are AR, goes January to December. Revenge, Malice, and then the Black Ops trilogy is a spin-off. No inappropriate relationships, no inappropriate language. There is a couple people that die in these and it's high intensity, good guy, bad guy, back and forth kind of thing. If you have reluctant readers, this is huge. If you have teenagers who don't really want to read, they can still identify with a 14-year-old character. So let them read this. Last 13, same 5th grade reading level, good guys, bad guys. Again, a couple of people die, but there's no inappropriate language or relationships going on. Phoenix Files, this is going to be more middle school. 6 books in this series, and this is kind of sci-fi-ish. The world is going to be destroyed by this company that created a town in the middle of Australia, so only the people in this little town are going to survive, and these kids get together to try to stop that. The Debt is going to be older middle school, high school reading level, and it's kind of like an old school Italian mafia debt that he has to pay back, and there's 6 installments, so there's 6 books. Again, high intensity. This is going to be for older because it does get kind of intense. No inappropriate language. There's boyfriend-girlfriend in here, but no inappropriate relationships in either this or the Phoenix Files. It just gets intense as far as the criminal activity and stuff going on. Who Dares and Who Cares? These talk about difficult subjects. So Who Cares is about, 2 boys who meet. One, they're both hiding a secret. The one is a dancer and the other one's mom is an alcoholic. So they kind of help each other through that. And then Who Dares are the same 2 characters. And now they've got Bet going on. And then finally we have our Return To series. And this is not retold versions. This is Luke Challenger finds out these places are real, and so now he's on search for them. So we have Return to the Lost World, and then 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and then Return to King Solomon's Mines. And these are going to be probably at least a 5th grade reading level, because again, it's just a little bit more intense, but is appropriate all the way up to high school.